So what do we need to make our cardboard box theatre? I'll show you. I'm gonna need some PVA glue, but it's a little bit too much there, so I need something to tip it into. And I might need some water to dilute it as well. I need a ruler. And inside, it's like Christmas, all these goodies. I have got cardboard left over from other projects. Loads and loads and loads of tissue paper. You choose your colours though. I've got some masking tape and some double-sided tape. Split pins, string. All sorts of goodies here. I've got Velcro, I've got kebab skewers, I've got some blue tack. You can never have enough blue tack. I've got pens, pencils, I've got some paintbrushes and a rubber, and I've even got a little tray here just in case I want to use this for gluing as well. And this is very important, okay? We're going to be using some scissors and I'm going to be using a craft knife. So if you've got scissors, you need to make sure you've got an adult helping you. And if you're using a craft knife, you really, really need to make sure that you let the adult do that bit and ask them to wear some gloves as well to protect their fingers. And last but not least, you need your cardboard box. Now this is one from a delivery I took earlier. It's not too big, it's not too deep, it's just right. So first of all, I'm going to have a go at making the top of our theatre. So I'm going to open up the box. And when I'm making things, I like to look at the shape that I've already got and see if it inspires me. And to me, this shape here is almost like a theatre already. So theatres often have quite beautiful arches at the top. So what I've done is I've drawn a line here, which I'm going to cut away to create this as the top of my theatre. Now remember, if you're using scissors, make sure you've got an adult to help you, and if a craft knife is needed, the adult definitely needs to do it for you. Now inside my cardboard box, I've got these extra bits of cardboard here that I really don't need. So I'm going to very carefully cut these out. Now my theatre has just got its back there. And what I can do is I can use some masking tape just to strengthen this side up now. Right, next up we want to start adding some colour. Theatres often have dark backgrounds, so here's where my tissue paper comes in handy. I'm going to take a nice big piece of tissue paper, and it actually, if I work it into the box, it fills the space quite well. It doesn't altogether fit, but just look at that, already seeing a backdrop. Now I'm going to take it out again because I know it fits. I'll put that to one side, and I'm going to get my double-sided sellotape. I'm going to take some, and I only need a little bit, very carefully with my scissors. I'm going to put it in the corners, just there. Now, with double-sided sticky tape, one side is really, really sticky, and the other side has got a piece of shiny paper on, and that's not sticky. Underneath it is though. So if I just show you on a scrap piece of cardboard, if I stick this down here, it's stuck to the cardboard, but this bit isn't sticky, so I've got to activate it. I've got to very carefully peel it off. You see here, I'm peeling it back, and the paper comes off, and now it's sticky. So, because my theatre is now covered in double-sided sticky tape, I've got to very carefully start taking it off, but I'm going to do it a little bit at a time, because I think my tissue paper might get stuck all over the place if I'm a bit rushed with it. So I'm going to just be very, very gentle with it. I'm going to just carefully pull back one little bit. Now I'm going to take off. And now I'm going to press down. So now my puppet theatre has started to get its black backdrop, its black tabs, but I've still got all these bits here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go around with my double-sided tape. I'm going to stick it down so that it's nice and secure. Because we're still a little bit rough around the edges, we'll take some more tissue paper and just add strips all around the sides just to even it up a bit. What I'm going to do here is just add some double-sided sticky tape just to close this down so that it makes a nice even seam to my puppet theatre. So now that that's stuck down, I can now place it over here, just to tidy things up a little bit. So we can really see the difference it makes having a rough edge versus a nice, clean, crisp edge. So now what I've got to do is do that for the whole theatre. Might take me a little while, but it looks really, really good if I put in the effort. And voila! Our puppet theatre now has a really crisp, clean, black backdrop. Now next, I want to make the top of my puppet theatre stand up, because at the moment, it just keeps falling down. So I'm going to need my string and a split pin. So I'm going to chop my string, not a lot, just a little bit. And next, I need to tie my string around the top of my split pin. To do that, I'm just going to make a little bit of a start of a knot. Take my split pin, thread it through, and then I'm just going to pull this tight on it. So now I need to make a hole right in the middle of my arch. So I'm going to need my pencil and my blue tack. Just going to pop the blue tack underneath. I'm going to find the middle, which I think about there. It's the middle of this arch here. And with this sharp point, I'm going to push down and make a hole. Now, with my split pin, I'm going to feed it through the back of my puppet theatre. And what that gives me is the string at the back. So now my string can pull my arch. So I need to figure out what's a good place for my arch. I don't want it to be pulled too far back, don't want it to be too far forward, I want it to be quite straight. So I'm going to go about there. And what I'm going to do is just going to take some masking tape. I'm just going to stick it in place. And so now my puppet theatre has an arch that doesn't keep toppling over. So now I'd like to add some curtains to my puppet theatre. I'm thinking I need some around here and down here. I've decided I'm going to have purple curtains. So I've got some cardboard and I've drawn the shape of the top of the curtain. I'm going to cut this out, see what it looks like then. Made it slightly wider than my actual playing space of my puppet theatre because I also want some curtains to come down here as well, just to frame it nicely. With another piece of purple card, I've drawn the shape of my curtain. So now I've got one curtain for this side. I need one for this side. If I turn this the other way around, I can trace it and get an exact copy. Saves me on the work. Now it's time to cut this bit out as well. So now I have two curtains. You want to position your top curtain so that it overhangs either side of your open performing space. The top of your curtain wants to be in line with this edge of your arch, and it wants to be about central. I'm just going to stick a little bit of masking tape on just to hold it in place. When you're happy with that position, turn your puppet theatre over and just mark where you're lining up your edges. Next, we want to attach our top curtain, but we also want to be able to take it off if we want to put it away. So, we take some Velcro. Velcro comes with soft side and rough side. And we're going to cut a piece that's long enough to cover the top here. I'm going to cut it. So now I have rough and soft Velcro ready to use. Next, we need to add our side curtains. So I'm going to just have a little play around with how I think that they should go. I'm going to line them up so that they come flush with the side of my box. But you'll see that they tuck nicely underneath here. And that's really important because I need to attach these two things together. To do that, I need more Velcro.
Wow, the puppet theatre's really starting to take shape. Claire's done the structure, the backdrop, the curtains. Make sure you come back tomorrow for part 2 to see Claire add all the details, finishing touches, and show you the end result of this puppet theatre build.